This is where MAGA comes to talk. All right, we got a lot to cover here. Did you guys catch President Trump at CPAC yesterday? Oh my goodness. President Trump was on fire at CPAC. He really, really, truly was. I mean, he was just boom. Tom Homan was pretty darn good too. Did you catch Tom Homan? Next to Trump, Tom Homan was the best of the day. So if you didn't catch Tom Homan's speech at CPAC, go back and watch it from the beginning. Not sound bites. Go back and watch it. Make sure you don't miss the very, very beginning. It was incredible. And, of course, Trump. But, you know, the thing about Trump at CPAC, welcome, everyone. Welcome. The thing about Trump at CPAC, you know, I was watching a clip. I saw just a little bit of the speech made by Meloni, the Prime Minister of Italy. And she said, this is a paraphrase, because I can't remember her exact word for word thing. It was a video speech that she gave. She wasn't there in person. And she said that the people don't believe their lies anymore. And those were some very powerful words to me. That's right. They don't believe their lies anymore. People have really been woken up. It's almost like the whole country, the whole world, or at least the important parts of it, have been red-pilled. And that's so true. And, you know, Trump was not the only president there. There were two other presidents that were at CPAC while President was speaking, right? The president of Argentina and the president of Poland. And I realized yesterday when Trump came out and he introduced the Polish president and the president of Argentina, that what President Trump is doing is he's forming a new alliance. Remember J.D. Vance a couple weeks ago in Munich? He told the Europeans, why are we even allies now? What is our shared goal? What are we trying to accomplish together? What do we have in common? And President Trump is putting together a new alliance. It's Poland, Argentina, Italy, Russia, right? And there's some other countries too, and even some in Central and South America. And he's putting together a new alliance. The old, Europe, screw Europe. Look what Europe's done. Not just 2 world wars, bullshit intelligence about that they knew they were lying about. British intelligence said there were WMDs in Iraq. How many people are dead or maimed, forever wounded because of that lie? And that's only one war that the Europeans have gotten us in. They've gotten us in a lot of crap. And we've got some new European allies. Well, old and new, but Italy, Poland. I don't know who else in Europe is really on our side. Russia. And I don't know what we're going to call this alliance, but screw the old alliance. The old alliance is just to rip off the United States for money and to have this superiority complex. I was talking to a caller yesterday. All these Europeans and never-Trumper warmongers. Oh, if you don't stop Putin, Poland's next. Then Europe. Who wants Europe? Why would Putin want Europe? It's a tourist trap. That's also a caliphate. Why would he want that? Nobody wants Europe. Nobody gives a shit about Europe. They're not. All they do is rip us off and get us into wars. So I don't know what we would call the new alliance. Would it be the MAGA alliance? I don't know. The Make the World Great Again alliance. I don't know what we would call it, but screw Europe. And I like this new alliance that Trump's putting together. Now, I tried to stream just a little bit ago. I got I get 2 coffees, one for today, one for tomorrow. So I got the first 2. They gave me they ordered it wrong because I ordered it with cream and there was no cream in it. But I said, I'll drink the black coffee. And it tastes like it tasted like the cleaner from the coffee machine. which I've had happen before, but not usually when I'm here. So I don't usually do this at places where there's food or drink that I'm consuming, but So I went back in and I said these coffee, I got, I said these coffees are not drinkable. They said, what's wrong with them? I said, they taste like cleaning products. So I heard them that they wouldn't clean the machine, and they made me 2 more cups of coffee. And they suck less than the first ones, but they still suck. It doesn't taste like cleaning products anymore. But they didn't properly clean the machine from the cleaner from the night before. But they still suck, just not as bad as the first one. At least it doesn't taste like I'm drinking Pine Sol now. But I don't know if I'll be able to drink all of that. Oh, my goodness. It's awful. This is not my usual Starbucks that I go to. Yeah, the screw Europe approach. Absolutely. Who gives a shit about Europe? Look at what's going on. Slavery was brought to us by Europe. The Europeans brought slavery to the New World. And we're still paying for that today. People taking knees and all this crap. That's basically, we're still dealing with that. They got us into 2 world wars. They got us into Bosnia. They got us into this ridiculous war. I talked about the lie about the weapons of mass destruction. The phony Russian dossier that they used against Trump to impeach him and all that bullshit. That came from British intelligence. If we sat down and made a list of all the times that Europe has screwed us over, on top of the fact that they're ripping us off by not paying their NATO dues, we're paying for their defense. They have, I was telling you guys last week how small the British Navy is. They have more admirals than they have warships, and that's not an exaggeration. If you watch my stream last week, and then they screw. Even after we do all this, they screw us over with the import taxes. So screw Europe, and I like this new alliance that President Trump is putting together, and Russia's going to be a part of it. Russia is not our enemy. I'm sorry to tell you, liberals, Russia's not our enemy. All right, I know you guys want to hate on Russia. Yeah. I'm really pissed about my coffee. I must tell you. I wait for them to open up. They don't open up till 6, and I get crap coffee. Ronald Reagan doesn't disagree. He's been dead a long time. Things were different when Ronald Reagan was alive and president. Ronald Reagan hasn't been president, 88. So that's 37 years since he's been president. Come on, that's almost 40 years. Think about it. 40 years. 40 years before that, it was 1948. Things change in 40 years. So no, Ronald Reagan does not disagree with anyone. He's been dead a long time. Yeah. So welcome everyone. And I did post in my Facebook. I did post in Facebook, but also in my YouTube community. I was on Newsmax yesterday, and actually, the show I was on, I was on Wendy Bell's show on Newsmax, and it was going to air at 3. And I knew President Trump was coming out, and I was glad he was coming out at around the time he was, because I figured, oh, okay, he's going to be on, around 3:30 or 4, and that means a lot of people will be watching Newsmax that may not normally be watching on Saturday afternoon, and they'll catch me. But I got preempted. He came on right before 3, but it aired again last night at 10:30, and it does air this afternoon too. So you can catch it this afternoon. The Wendy Bell Show. I'm one of the talking head pundits. Oh yeah, Wendy Bell's awesome. Awesome. Oh, you saw it last night, Jules? Yeah. I recorded it last night, and I watched it this morning. It was very good. We had some good topics I thought we discussed. I was too young to vote for Reagan, but, I remember when he was president. But but the thing about so Trump's putting together this new alliance, and it's great. And we've got Central American countries in our alliance too that are taking in these illegals that we're deporting. hmm All liberals love to praise Reagan now. They were trying to impeach him. Wow, the number 4 female podcaster in the world. Oh, I did not know that. Who said they want Alaska back? They have no territorial gains on us. He does want Ukraine. It's a civil war. I mean, think about it. If Georgia left the United States and formed their own country with Stacey Abrams' $2 billion in federal funds, would we let them? No, we would not. We would not let them. No, I'm not a big fan of Brett Cooper. I know everyone kisses Brett Cooper's ass, but since she's gone on her own, she seems to be becoming a celebrity gossip person. I was never impressed by her. There are people I like. I just mostly talk about the people I don't like. But Brett Cooper is, no. She leans more to the left than you would think if you listen to her, since she's on her own, off the script, writing her own scripts now. I do like, no, well, what I mean is there are people that have shows and YouTube channels and things that I do like. I just don't usually talk about the people I do like. I mostly talk about the people I'm griping about that I don't like. Yeah, I like Patrick Bet-David. Very good show. Patrick Bet-David's good. I do like him. And I listen to his show sometimes. I do not like Ben Shapiro. I mean, I agree with Ben Shapiro on Israel, but I don't like him. He just, he's annoying. I don't think many people really like Ben Shapiro. Daily Wire just spends tons of money pushing his program out on all the platforms. He was assaulted. Oh my goodness. I mean, I agree with Ben Shapiro 100% on Israel, though. No, I would not. He's not a grifter. I just don't like him. Yeah, I've caught Barry Cunningham a few times. He seems all right to me. Yeah, Ben Shapiro, he talks like, a little too fast, like an auctioneer. It's like, remember the old days of records? You set the speed on your record player. It's like you got it set on a 33, But no, I really don't care for anybody at the Daily Wire, to tell you the truth. I'm not a big fan of the Daily Wire people. The Daily Wire people all seem like characters. They seem like actors to me. Like they have these personas that they've created. It doesn't seem real, That's just me. But hey, that's okay. I've even heard there are some people that don't like me, which I'm shocked about that. But can't like everybody. There's nothing to trust or not. I don't distrust Ben Shapiro. He's just not I'm just of the opinion that when you're doing a show, you've got to have some likability, and he's just not likable. There's nothing about it. I saw the Daily Wire people at CPAC. I don't know all their names. Ben Shapiro, who's the old man? Michael Knowles, and then the guy that did that movie on race. And then, since I'm behind on my coffee, my mind's a little slow. Yeah, Clavin. I'm not, And who's the guy that runs the whole thing that wears the bent key around his neck? If I didn't get that awful tasting coffee, I would know all the names. Matt Walsh, yeah. Out of the Daily Wire crew, Matt Walsh is the only one I could say that's likable. The rest of them, especially Ben Shapiro and Michael Knowles, I think Michael Knowles is a creep. You know, he likes to try to do these interventions with only fan girls, and I think he does these intervention with only fans girls because he likes hanging out. It's an excuse to be around the only fans girls. But you know, and Ben Shapiro's not likable. But Matt Walsh, I like Matt Walsh. He's all right. And who's the guy that runs the Daily Wire? I forgot his name. The guy with the bent key. I cannot think of his name. Only because I'm behind on my coffee. Somebody will tell me in the chat. Oh boy. The guy that runs the whole thing. Jeremy Boring. Yeah, I like Jeremy Boring. Jeremy Boring seems all right to me. He's got a good sense of humor. He's funny. I got no beef with him. I like him. I like Jeremy Boring, and Matt Walsh seems all right to me. But the rest of them are not likable. But hey, just my opinion. Just because someone's conservative doesn't mean you got to like them, right? That's exactly right. Unless their name's Trump and Trump approves of them. But I like Jeremy Boring. I think he's pretty funny, pretty creative. I like him. Can't stand Hannity. I'm not a big Hannity fan either. No, I don't like. I used to like Hannity, but he's I talked about him the other day, so I'm not going to get into that now. But he's a little too in love with himself. Just a little too in love with himself. Not that there's ever a level of someone loving themselves that's. But back to the issues of the day. And you guys can let me know yes or no in the chat. What this new alliance that President Trump's putting together: Italy, Venezuela, Poland, right? And Russia. I believe Russia is a friend of the United States. And I would be very excited if Russia, Argentina, did I say Argentina or did I say Venezuela? I meant to say Argentina. Behind on my coffee, I told you guys. I think it'd be awesome if Russia was back in our alliance. Why not? What are they doing to us? Argentina. Yeah, Argentina. Well, the president of Argentina and the president of Poland were with Trump yesterday at CPAC, so there you go. And Italy, of course. She's awesome in Italy. She's awesome. So, no, everything is going perfectly. Oh, yeah. And Russia should be a part of that alliance. Yeah, this coffee's fine. The first set of coffee that I took back and had them remake was so bad. This coffee's fine. It just tasted bad because I still had the taste in my mouth from the first one. What am I delusional about? Trump should get every dollar given to the Ukraine back. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bunch of gangsters. Bunch of gangsters. Good luck with that. I saw Robert De Niro has a new series on Netflix. Here he has a new show coming out, which tells you he's gone down the tubes. He's doing episodic television now. Robert De Niro is about to launch a new television series, and then he goes in the streets of New York and in front of the courthouse and calls the majority of the American people all these terrible things. That's not a very good way to promote your new television show, De Niro. No, and it really burns me because I like some of Robert De Niro's stuff. I'm not a big fan of the De Niro parts of Godfather 2. They're kind of drag, but one of my favorite movies of all time is Heat. I love Michael Mann. Michael Mann did Miami Vice. He made the movie Heat with De Niro, Pacino, Val Kilmer. Ashley Judd. And I love that movie. I have seen Heat, I don't know, 50 times or more. I love that movie. And when De Niro came out the way he did in New York, Casino, very good. Casino's not one I'd rewatch, but I watch Heat all the time. It's on all the streaming services. I watch it all the time. I love Heat, but I tried watching it not that long ago on one of the streaming services. I can't remember, like Tubi or one of them. They had a new director's cut of Heat, and it was like an hour longer, 45 minutes or an hour longer than the theatrical release. So I was like, well, I love this movie. I'm going to watch it, even though De Niro is an asshole. I just couldn't get through it. I just couldn't do it. So, Heat's like one of the few movies I've ever bought. And now, if he would have come out pro-Trump, his new television series would be a hit. Now it's going to flop. It's going to flop. And he may tell himself that he doesn't care. But he cares. Believe me, he cares. He doesn't want to do something that's going to flop. Absolutely. Clint Eastwood's a great actor. Great actor. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. But, what President Trump's doing, he's cutting down the government spending, and then he's going to do away with income taxes. That's his ultimate goal, is to do away with income taxes. Fund the whole country on import taxes, and it can be done. We can see how much money that the government's wasting, right? We're going to do away with income taxes. I love I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. I love what President Trump did to Pelosi. There's a federal building in San Francisco, the Nancy Pelosi Federal Building. He's selling it. Just, she tore up his State of the Union and spent years screwing him over. Wouldn't take the security on January 6th. He's gotten even with her. Sold the building named after her. Which I understand is where all the homeless and crackheads go in that area. From someone I know that lives out there. Oh, believe me, she's pissed about it. Believe me, she's pissed about it. That building is a symbol of pride for her. She's a monster. A monstrous. Is the female version of monster a monstrous? She's a terrible person. Terrible person. No, but he's what he's doing is just beautiful. Beautiful. No one in this country is going to have sympathy. If you watch the media, they keep interviewing these federal workers that have been fired, and most of them are within their probationary period, their first year of work for the federal government. And no one's going to have sympathy for them. The people that work in government offices treat us all like garbage because they feel they're invincible and above any type of supervising or anything. They're nasty. The bureaucracy they're just terrible people, and no one is going to have sympathy when they get fired. And they have that. Like, there was one reporter that asked Trump. May have been Friday. There was a protest in a red district of laid off workers who were, these are, BS. BS. So they're investigating Maine now because of this Democrat lunatic governor in Maine who disrespected the president. And he's going to cut off their funding. They're doing the investigation. It's to see if they're violating Title IX for women's sports, which they're doing. But he's doing it right. He ordered the investigation. They're going to show that Maine is violating Title IX, and they're going to get all their federal funding cut off. You really got to ask yourself, what is it with the Democrats supporting these transgendered athletes? I mean, you look at these, they're cheaters. These are cheaters. They can't make it in the men's leagues, so they go in the girls' leagues, and they say they've transitioned. They have not transitioned. They're just cheaters. It's so obvious. And I don't understand why the Democrats have attached themselves to them. Why are the Democrats advocating for this? I don't understand that at all. It's a stupid issue for them to grab onto. It really, truly is. No getting around it. Now, again, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe, all right? If you're already subscribed, like the video. I have a new podcast dropping later today at some point. I've not yet done the podcast, but I will later today. I know some things I'm going to cover. But I'm going to have to go somewhere else and get coffee because the coffee here just sucks. I already took it back once, and they remade them, and it still sucks, just it doesn't suck as much as the first two they gave me that tasted like pine salt. I mean, this is just, ugh. That's what happens. What are you going to do? It happens. Can't get it perfect every time. It's not the first time it's happened, but this is not where I usually come for my coffee. Ugh. Not even drinkable. Not even drinkable. Ugh. Expensive pine salt. No, they gave me my money back. They gave me my money back. And they gave me my money back and gave me 2 new cups of coffee that taste like shit. That's basically it. I mean, I think the caffeine's not waking me up so much as the bad taste. They taste so bad. I think the taste is a shocker to the system more than the caffeine. Really. It's so rare for me to, because I don't send food back. I don't send anything. I just don't eat it. And because I don't trust them to, remake it. In this instance, though, I saw them make it. Because I was standing right there. So, in that rare instance, I'll do it. Sometimes. You can keep going with that President Elon thing. I mean, I don't know what that, what you think you guys are doing with that. It's pretty weak. Katina, welcome, everyone. Welcome. No, I asked this question. I didn't finish asking the question. But let me restate the question, then you can answer with a yes or no. I was talking earlier in the stream. President Trump is getting rid of this outdated NATO alliance, which is just worthless and does nothing but rip us off and cause us trouble. And he's putting together a new alliance. Italy, Poland, Venezuela. I keep saying Venezuela. Argentina. See, I'm behind on my coffee. I keep saying Venezuela instead of Argentina. Italy, Poland, Argentina, and Russia. What do you think about Russia being an alliance with us again? We've been allied with them before. Why should we not partner with Russia? What are they doing to us? They're a great partner. I see no reason not to partner up with them. Why? Why wouldn't we? Hungary? Yeah. There's other countries. There's other Latin American countries too. But Russia is not America's enemy. I'm sorry to tell you. People will say, Putin puppet, you're getting paid by Russia. No, I'm not. You know how many? 10 million Russians died fighting Hitler. 10 million. It wasn't just Stalin that made friends with Chancellor Hitler. A lot of Europeans did. If you're going to call someone a liar, you might want to learn how to spell it. I'm not going to tell you, but learn how to spell it. Then you can call people that. Oh my God, that coffee is so freaking bad. No, what Elon's doing is he's, wants to have it. Elon's the kind of guy who could have 100 children by the time he dies. He wants to spread his DNA around because he's so smart. Our trade partners? What are our trade partners that we, what do we need out of Europe? There's nothing we need from Europe. Europe does nothing but screw us over, cause us problems, and rip us off. Nothing good comes out of Europe, except, Italy, Poland, Hungary. I'm talking about the old European powers, the UK, France, Germany. Oh, yeah. The United States with Russia, part of the alliance. A lot of power there. A lot of power. Yeah, it's just Europe is a tourist trap that's become a caliphate. It's like you're visiting a Muslim country, when you go to Europe, and you get to see all the old European tourist traps. It's like south of the border here in the United States. Tourist trap. Route 66. Tourist trap. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yep, hungry. I have no desire to go to Europe. Zero. No, I've not been to Europe. No desire to go to Europe. Less than zero. Less than zero. No, I haven't been to Europe. I have no desire. I really don't. Mm-mm. I've been out of the country many, many times. Now, Japan's another story. I'd very much like to go to Japan. When I retire, I can't reveal this, but someone reached out to me yesterday and told me one of the possible places Trump is going to maybe build his presidential library. He's scouting out sites, and the one that I heard about, I hope, is the site. I can't tell you any more than that, but it was pretty exciting to me. No, my wife can't travel, and we have our listener cruise that I do every year, which is awesome. We're leaving March 30th on our 6th cruise, which I'm excited about. Hope you guys are joining us. And that's all I need. I have no interest. First off, I don't have time to go off to Europe or Japan or anywhere. I work too much, and my wife can't travel. So, I would like to go to Japan. One day, I'll go to Japan when I'm retired. If I ever retire. I probably will never retire. No, I just, I have no desire really to travel beyond our cruises. I do enjoy the cruises. But, that's more about the company, our great MAGA listeners that go on the cruise. That's, it's more about the people than where we're going. And plus, we go on a luxury cruise ship, top of the line luxury cruise ship. Which is amazing. With Michelin star quality meals. That's all I need. Yeah, Japan. To me, Japan, since we beat them in the Second World War and rebuilt it, Japan is kind of like, to me, like if they found life on Venus, it'd be like Japan. It's like here, but different. You know. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, I got to run because I got a long list of things I got to do today, including getting some real coffee other than this crap that just is not drinkable. I mean, I just can't drink it. I just cannot drink that coffee. All right, guys, I will see you later, though. I have a new podcast dropping. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.